Today we actually going to look at the hideout for Assassin's Creed Shadows. It looks like it is going to be tucked away in this valley. In the early story, you'll get acquainted with Miss Tomiko, the caretaker. She's also a friend and ally of the Iga province. We're going to be smuggling back resources during the adventure. The secret valley can finally become the coolest, most intricate hideout in the history of the Brotherhood. So you actually get to design your own hideout, and I wasn't really into this at first, but after looking at all the details here, it does look pretty cool. Tomiko's Valley offers a little over an acre of fully customizable land on which players are able to place buildings, pavilions, pathways, bushes, trees, ponds, mossy rock, local flora and fauna, and countless other Japanese cosmetic elements found or acquired throughout the journey. So they're really wanting you to create your own hideout, really pushing that element. You're going to be able to find a lot of stuff throughout the entire world, really adding some more value to that gameplay loop. And these things will actually add bonuses, and your customization options will actually reflect on your journey. You'll unlock new things as you progress, and those things will just stack on top of any already existing stats that your hideout has. Once you complete the prologue, your hideout's gonna be open to you, and they're really pushing this as a crucial part of the journey across Japan. It will be a place to meet and interact with allies, show off your rewards, and support your progress. Now, throughout Japan, there's gonna be 3 different resources that you need for your pavilions and new buildings. That's gonna be wood, minerals, and crops. Each new building or upgrade has a set cost of these resources, and it will also cost in-game currency. And it looks like with the seasons changing, the resources will actually change. So you'll need to go back to your hideout and kind of see what you can get going. And it also gives you a chance to meet with people and kind of catch up with everything that's going on there. Now, some of the more customizable objects are rewards for completing quests, contracts, and activities. Other elements can be purchased in local merchant stalls and directly looted while sulking the halls of enemy territory. There's also a wide variety of animals you can bring to your hideout by performing the Sumi-e painting activity in the world. Now, I think this feature is really cool because you have to actually sneak up on the animal without it noticing you and then paint it. And that's a really cool detail that they added in this game. I guarantee you we'll be unlocking every single one of these when I get my hands on it. I love little interactables like this, and it's actually going to unlock a customizable in your hideout as well. Now, I don't know exactly what the animal is. It looks like a crane of some sort, though. I think that is so cool to actually have that in the game. So now you can go around and explore stuff, and that just adds a little customizable to your hideout. Super nice little detail. I didn't think the hideouts would be this intricate, so I'm kind of taking a step back and looking at it. I think it's really neat that they're doing this kind of thing now. It reminds me a lot of where you would actually pet the animals in Ghost, but this time you actually get that animal for your hideout. That's a really cool element to add. Now, there are going to be some external elements that are really cosmetic, like fences, paths, and light. So you'll be able to find those all around Japan. They're going to be in all sorts of different assets as well. So you'll have some that are really complex pieces and some that are just like a humble garden rock. And I bet when you do find these, it kind of will trigger you to at least think about if you want to use it. And some of them, I bet people will really be interested in trying to acquire. And it looks like you can actually remove all of these objects without it costing anything. That gives you some more freedom to movement there. Really gives you the ability to kind of explore different types of vibes. If you're not feeling the way you set up your structures, you can just go ahead and reconfigure everything to your liking. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that it's not going to cost money, because I always seem to be one that will put something down and then need to go back and change stuff because it just doesn't look right or fit with everything else. Now, there's a bunch of different rooms that can be built and placed in your hideout. Now, each of these rooms come with additional functions that facilitate Naoe and Yasuke's progression, and most can be upgraded over time for even better efficiency. So the main rooms that it looks like we have so far is Tomiko's main house. It's already built when players first get their hands on the hideout. This building is the cornerstone of the hideout, granting quick access to most of the important functions. It can be changed cosmetically, but it cannot be moved or removed. Next, you have these stables. That's going to be an important pillar of your hideout. The stables actually unlock the ability to use your scouts for smuggling stockpiles in enemy camps or castles. Doing this will allow you to receive extra resources at the end of each season. Like if you're into customizing your area and using your scouts, so you'll definitely want to get that one up as soon as you can. There is going to be a forge, and it unlocks the ability to upgrade your weapons and gear to higher tiers. Now we've seen a little bit about that from other videos. You'll have a level rating in each particular gear piece that you use, whether it be the helmet, the armor piece, or the amulet trinket type thing that you got to wear. Each one of those will need to fit your current tier, so you'll go here to the forge and actually upgrade those. You'll be able to dismantle unwanted armor and weapons into raw materials, then engrave new perks on existing gear that you want to use. So you'll have a bunch of different elements that you can kind of stack. And then there's that transmung feature that allows you to make your own katana, and that gives you the ability to use different pieces so you can kind of make it customized to your liking, whether it be the handle, the blade, or the wrap. So it looks like that's where you're actually going to take care of that. Then we have the Kakurega. This unlocks the ability to purchase and claim safe houses around Japan. The safe houses extend the hideout's function to distant areas, as well as unlocks fast travel points well outside enemy territory. Some features like the region contract board can be accessed from here as well. So you can also refill your tools here, replenish your scouts, and or manage any allies that you want to bring on your next mission. Next we have the study. So the study actually increases the maximum number of scouts and refines the search zone when scouts locate an object on the world map, optimizing objective investigation. So it just makes them even better at their job. This is going to be a big one if you want to unlock that map pretty fast. Then you actually have a dojo, and the dojo unlocks the ability to train Naoe and Yasuke's allies. Now this is kind of a huge feature because you can recruit and call them into combat, evaluating their ranks and increasing the power of each of their unique skills. So you can actually check out and upgrade your allies to an extent. This will be really helpful if you lean towards a certain play style. Then you can actually have your allies kind of train up to help you during that. Have some of them come in and assassinate some people that are in your way. You've seen many different examples of it, but I think it's really cool that they're bringing this kind of feature back where you get now scouts and all these allies and stuff you can send out and actually call into battle to help you. It does look a little bit different than it did, but I think that the rework has done it some justice. Now we have 7 different theme rooms. We have the Terra. Adding a Terra or altar in the hideout boosts the amount of XP players can gain while venturing out in the world, effectively acting as a 10% XP booster. That one's pretty cool. I think I'm going to be getting that one straight away because I want to get that XP, really start leveling up my character, get into the world where I can be more effective and not such a low ranking ninja or samurai. The Jinja are Shinto shrines around the world, allowing players to pray and earn small stat boosts called a boon. The presence of one of these in the hideout magnifies the effect of any shrine boons encountered in Japan. So that's going to just boost it further and further as you explore more. You're going to get really powerful. It looks like the Nando is a kind of barracks for sleeping and storing personal items. Now this makes recalling scouts that have been used less costly. This is a function that will extend to all of your safe houses. Now the tea room also increases the ration efficiency, and both of these can be compounded for an even bigger bonus. The gallery is a place where players can really just display their armor sets and weapons. This gives you the ability to create loadouts. Now that is huge because you can just go up and have different loadouts that you like to use. I think that's a pretty cool idea. There's been plenty of times where I've wanted to switch stuff around really fast, and I'm just like, what was I going to use? And now I can just build it out, have a preset, go up there, grab what I want to use, back on my way. I think that'll be pretty cool to kind of set up different walls of stuff that you can use and kind of see what you like to use. Then we'll have some generic rooms where we can show off more cosmetics that we've earned, like outfits, wall art, and it looks like even more stuff in the game. We really have a lot of freedom of movement with this build. So you'll have various rooms and pavilions that you can join together directly by placing them next to one another. Like a dojo can be placed right next to a covered pathway. It sounds like you can really move things around, combine things, create covered paths, all sorts of different construction. They really wanted you to make it your own in this. Now there's even more customization on the inside, from the floors to the walls. You can even display different elements like we were talking about before. Between the outfits, you actually have different paintings and armor pieces, and they really wanted to give you all the tools you needed to create a super personal hideout. Now we talked about the Sumi-e paintings. This will give you the ability to have certain wild animals in your hideout, like a baby Sika deer, foxes, and a few others. Players can pet most of them as well once you get them in here. Now your hideout starts out very small with a limited number of inhabitants, but will rapidly change as the story unfolds and players explore more of the open world. So you're going to get a lot more as you just get out there and start seeing everything. Scouts, blacksmith, duelists, and other folks from all walks of life can join Naoe and Yasuke's cause, each with their own unique backstories and personal hurdles to overcome. There might even be different NPCs on folks' map than others. So that's really cool that they're going to have different customizations even to that extent. Your allies are going to spend a lot of time in the hideout working, resting, training, and just occupying themselves like you think a normal person would. So building all these new rooms will diversify the actions that they can perform, and allies with an inclination for material training might spend more time in the dojo, and then while others with the taste for sake might enjoy spending their time in the shiziki. They're really pushing this hideout element, and I think that that's a pretty cool feature after looking at all this stuff that we have in there. It really is a lot of different stuff. I wouldn't say that I'm going to spend a huge amount of time on the hideout, but overall this is a pretty cool feature that they've added. But now once you set the standard, how can you go back? Because this is going to be such a cool system people get used to. I really like this kind of setup in Valhalla, wanting to be able to move things around. And now that we actually got it, it's going to be something that I at least explore with a little bit. And who knows, on those late night streams, you might actually find me kind of building this thing out, just kind of hanging back, seeing what I can put together. Now I will say Shadows is looking better as we get closer and closer to the launch day. Ubisoft did go ahead and reach out and gave me early access for March 18th, so we're definitely going to be checking out the game that day. But thank you for checking out the video. That's going to do it for this one, and as always, have a good day.